This is the Weekly Geek News Show, episode 22 for March 6th, 2015. I'm your host, Mike Lewis, here with
Aaron Lewis.
And Phil Lewis.
And this is the show where we review the news from the past week in tech and pop culture, bring you the news and the rumors, and we search the web for that news so you don't have to. Thank you for liking today's show and sharing with your friends and family about this show and commenting below. You can follow the news that we talk about today on our Tumblr blog at weeklygeeknewsshow.tumblr.com. This is a huge show. Lots of news this week from Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, Spain, where a lot of products, technology products were introduced for the consumer people like us, things that we can enjoy and love. So you could say this is a show with huge tracts of land, I guess. We could say that.
Huge tracts of mobile phones.
Huge tracts of land. And also, this is a big show because it is the last show that we will be doing for now.
We're taking a hiatus.
We're taking a hiatus. Life is just getting too crazy, and I just can't handle it. This is the only thing that I can take out of my life. So
crime is up, so we have to dedicate ourselves to our night activities.
Gotham needs us.
Yeah, well, my family and job need me at least. So we're gonna have to stop it for now. Hopefully we can get back to it. I don't know, when life gets a little bit less crazy. But in the meantime, it's been a lot of fun doing this show. Thankful for those who've supported me on this. This is not the last that you've heard of me or us, though. Just since some of us have big mouths. But
stop looking at me.
This is the show where we're going to get going here, and it's going to be a big show. So let's get moving. Starting out with movies and television. So who is going to direct this Spider-Man movie that is coming to the Disney World? Well, Drew Goddard has been brought on to possibly do this. And he has worked with Joss Whedon before. You know, Joss Whedon has directed the Avengers movies, the one that's coming out very soon. And he also co-wrote and directed Cabin in the Woods with Joss Whedon. The Latino Review also reports that the new series will be titled The Spectacular Spider-Man, and the first film of the franchise will reportedly involve Spider-Man fighting Iron Man as an audition for his eventual spot on the Avengers roster.
So cool.
Sony and Disney, though, have not commented on these rumors. Sorry, what was that?
The Latino Review would have said, like, Hombre Araña Spectacular.
Could be.
I don't know.
Yeah, you just stop right now. Okay, Beauty and the Beast, which was not featured on the Latino Review, unfortunately. But we've got news. Luke Evans, famous for his role as the Bard in the Hobbit trilogy, has been cast as Gaston. Additionally, Dan Stevens, who's known to most U.S. audiences for his role on Downton Abbey.
That was Downtown Abbey. No.
Downton. You never watched the show, so you don't know. They say Downton.
Is that a lady who lives downtown named Abby?
Named Abby.
Yes, that's one you guys can do. Anyway, he's known for his role on Downton Abbey as Matthew Crawley, has been cast as the Beast. Previously cast Emma Watson, who is going to be playing Belle, tweeted welcomes to both actors upon the news of their casting.
I'm assuming Luke Evans is going to have, like, massive CG muscles because...
No, he's just going to get ripped.
Okay.
He lost a lot of weight for the role as
Bale
Bard.
type thing.
Okay, all right. So, also CG. Disney's making a Star Wars movie with Legos? Yes, with Legos. Engadget is reporting that Lego Star Wars Droid Tales will recount the narrative in 5 22-minute episodes as told from the viewpoint of Chatterbox C-3PO and his stubby companion R2-D2 in a brand new story. The brand new story will be set after Return of the Jedi, where C-3PO will retell the over 13 hours of movies in just over 100 minutes. Writers and directors have not yet been announced, but Disney XD has taken on other Lego Star Wars stories before the new Yoda Chronicles, because if you got a cash cow, why not milk it?
Because cash cows are delicious. Seriously.
That's it. Star Wars milk.
Toy Story 4 will open up a new chapter in the lives of the characters and not follow Toy Story 3. Studio president Jim Morris confirmed this in an interview with Disney Latino. Boy, those Latinos get all that great news lately, haven't they? He also added, the third movie ended in a beautiful way and completed a trilogy. I think this movie is not part of this trilogy. It is a separate story, which, in turn, I do not know if will be connected or continued. Never began a project with that in mind.
I heard that it's going to be a romantic comedy. Well, I did.
Yes, I did too. Yes, it could be.
Okay, are you guys ready for your Marvel Universe Marathon? It is serious business. AMC and Regal have announced that starting on April 29th at 6 p.m. through the start of Age of Ultron at 7 p.m. the next day, you will be able to watch all of the films in the Marvel Connected Universe, starting with Iron Man. So, the films that are included are going to be Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, because we all love Edward Norton, even though he's not strictly part of this whole universe. Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America the First Avenger, The Avengers, Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, Captain America the Winter Soldier, and Guardians of the Galaxy. In case you're wondering, and of course that'll follow up with Age of Ultron, in case you're wondering, with the addition of Age of Ultron at the end, that will run you about 27 hours total. Prices are expected to start at $65 with some packages including collectible medallions to mark the occasion. For those of you without the stamina for such an event, there are double-header only showings of The Avengers and then Age of Ultron also available. Go to your theater chain's websites to find out more.
So are they going to be handing out Depends instead of 3D glasses as you walk into the theater?
I think they're actually going to be handing out packages that are medallions, Depends, 3D glasses, and IVs so that you can stay hydrated.
See, I was thinking
bathroom breaks or something.
I was thinking $65 is a good deal. When you throw Depends in there, how can I say no?
You should probably use them later too if they're washable.
Oh, yeah.
Continue.
More in Marvel Universe movies. Director James Mangold hinted on Twitter this week that he would start shooting Wolverine 3 early next year, scheduled to be released March 3rd in 2017.
Also, a short news item. Cartoon Network Studios has hired on the Lego Movie creators to make Adventure Time full-length movie.
Adventure Time!
No release date or other information is available.
Dean Cain is going to return to the Superworld in the Supergirl TV series. It's unknown what role he's going to take on, but it will most likely not be an aging Superman, because that would be lame. Also joining the series is former Supergirl from the 1984 film in a yet unannounced role.
Harrison Ford getting a lot of attention in the news lately with his recent crash, but he will return. He will return in Blade Runner sequel. He's going to be returning the role of Rick Deckard. It's going to be produced by Ridley Scott, and the film does not have a director yet. But they'll start shooting next summer.
There will be a Shaft reboot.
Shaft!
Shut your mouth.
He's one bad mother.
Well, according to The Wrap, the Shut Your Mouth guy will be rebooted by New Line Cinema, who has obtained the rights to the franchise. This was last played by Samuel L. Jackson in 2000.
Did the executive of Columbia Pictures, Devon Franklin, tweet a concept image of what BattleCat will look like in the future Masters of the Universe film?
Maybe.
Well, did he? A fan, Danny Miller, on Twitter tweeted to Franklin, and
he said, "If Guardians of the Galaxy can make $700 million worldwide box office, no reason Master of the Universe can't do the same."
Franklin tweeted back, "I totally agree," with a possible concept image of BattleCat.
Woo!
Pretty awesome.
Yes. Our childhood is coming back again.
Yes, with CG.
Yep.
CG childhood.
Moving on to gaming. Valve's Steam machines will be launching this November. Valve has said in a press conference that the game consoles will be the same price as competitors such as PS4 and Xbox One will have higher performance. It's kind of like the same thing with Sega and Nintendo all those years ago. Sega would come out and then
they up it one more gigabyte.
Yep. Nintendo would come out with something just a little bit better later on.
Well, but this is kind of like just the PC, but that you can connect up to your.
Don't say just PC.
Well, I mean,
don't say just PC.
It's the PC version for all, versus the consoles, I think.
Yeah.
So really, they're competing with. It's actually if the price is competitive with PS4 and Xbox One, then they're it's kind of a choice between will they get an Alienware or do I get a Valve Steam machine?
Yep.
So really, that price is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is.
But Alienware does make Steam machines as well.
They do.
Yeah.
They've got some good ones there. Users will be able to access games purchased on the Steam online platform for this machine.
Yes, they will. Well, Rock Band is returning by the end of 2015 in Rock Band 4. The long-awaited sequel will be available for PS4 and Xbox One. The game will be backwards compatible with every old Rock Band guitar and drum set that you previously purchased, not purchased previously.
Close enough.
But there'll also be new instruments that will be available as well. It'll be updated, probably better. And it's still a little bit unclear yet if the old songs that you purchased on past versions of Rock Band will be compatible with the newer versions. The Beatles will also not be making the leap to Rock Band 4.
And so we all cried. It's very sad. On to tech news. The Mobile World Congress. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thank you. Okay, for some of the biggest news announcements from this event, Google's new mobile payment system is going to, get the kickstart. Well, not a kickstart, but it's going to start. They're creating a new framework to pay mobile payments in Android called Android Pay. It allows developers to build payments into their apps so users can more easily buy things from retailers within apps on the Android devices that they're using. More details on how this new payment system works will come later.
I'm going to be such a late comer to the mobile payment system because I just,
I would love to have everything, including my my license on my phone.
You know what?
Personally.
But I'm just so lazy that I'm not going to do it until everybody's accepting it.
You're a late adopter.
I am a late adopter.
I'm a medium adopter.
I'm a middle forward adopter.
I like watching everybody else mess up on it first. I'm Nintendo.
You're Nintendo.
Valve.
Oh.
So moving on in the Mobile World Congress, Samsung had some big news. Galaxy S6, their next version of their smartphone. Two versions actually, the S6 and the S6 Edge. The overall specs are the same on both devices, but the Edge's screen is curved on both the right and left side. The Edges allow the users to swipe in from the Edge to display contact and also to view info such as news ticker or location, info such as time, weather, and date. Samsung has upped the design quality on both phones from previous generation phones with metal edges and glass backs.
Metal edges.
And both Galaxy phones will launch on April 10th. The bad news is that Samsung has nixed the removable battery and SD card slot, two things that set them apart from other phone manufacturers.
Really quick, since I have an S4 and I'm looking to upgrade in the next year or so, this Edge is just a beautiful phone. Have you seen it?
I've seen pictures of it. It is pretty sleek.
Pretty awesome. They have the edges, rounded edges, and
you don't want to call a phone sexy because that's really cheesy. But
thing is, I don't know why everybody's so concerned in making these high quality glass or metal phones when everybody just puts a plastic cover on them anyways. Personally, I mean, all you see is the glass. Another thing I'm not happy about is I love having the extra. I can remove the battery to insert another battery if I travel a lot for work on the airplanes, and halfway there, I'll be watching movies or playing games, and I'll have to put a new battery in. Now I can't do that. And also, no SD card slot? Well, I'm just not happy about that. So
they're moving in the opposite direction of where I was hoping smartphones would go. I was really hoping that eventually they would be using interchangeable parts so that you can buy one chassis for the phone and then let's get some new RAM in there, get some, and not have to waste a lot of raw materials to purchase a new phone.
But Google is doing that. Google is having a project like that.
I just don't think that that's going to catch on in a big sense because it's the same reason that although we can build our own computers, we don't build our own computers. People know how to do it. You can buy all the parts. You can make a super, totally awesome gaming machine, but you're just going to buy a pre-made one so that you don't have to put the work into finding all the pieces, putting it together, and making sure it works.
I think with the right price point and the right convenience level, you get the right industrial engineers and marketers into a room, and I think it could catch on.
Well, we can see where that goes since Google is working on that a little bit more.
It's true.
Samsung Pay info. So, you have Apple Pay, Google Pay, now Samsung Pay.
And Loop Pay.
Loop Pay is actually inside of the Samsung Pay, which makes it a little more interesting. Samsung equipped the new phones, the S6 and S6 Edge, with a new payment system, which is called the Samsung Pay. This allows two forms of transactions. Thank you, typo, including MFC and magnetic fields that allow users to pay with old-style card swipe readers brought to the phone through Samsung acquisition of Loop Pay.
Okay, big news from HTC, which is the other big phone the other big phone thing, not Samsung. We're going to go talk about HTC. Okay, they're big.
Wait, which was this? HTC?
You ready?
Be quiet.
Try it again.
The HTC One M9. While the design has not changed much from the previous M8, the internal specs have been upgraded. It's powered by a faster processor with more RAM. It brings Android 5.0 Lollipop, has longer lasting battery, and a 20 megapixel camera, which allows 4K video recording because we all need to have our phones to record lots and lots of videos.
Oh, yes.
Also from HTC, cooperating with Valve's VR, they're working together on the VR headset. They have this virtual reality headset called the Vive. HTC partnered with game developer and Steam creator Valve. Different brand of VR headsets. It virtually translates physical items in the room into items in the virtual world. More details to come at a later date.
The Matrix is happening.
Well, that way you don't bump into your couch while you're walking around with your virtual reality headset on. kind
the
of. So it can turn
Matrix.
into a rock or something. But they're still working on that. Also, the third thing that HTC has been working on is a new fitness band because everybody else has one. Why not? One more item from HTC is this fitness band, and HTC partnered with Under Armour to create the band. This features a OLED screen to show steps time and other notifications.
Sony's new Xperia tablet was introduced, among other items, because Sony did a lot of introductions. It features 2K resolution screen with a longer lasting battery and is waterproof, so you can read in the tub. I know that this has been a long and hard struggle for those of us who like to read, but also like technology and like to take baths at the same time. So, congratulations. You now have the excuse to bring your tablet to the tub with you.
And drop it if you want to.
And drop it. Bring it and drop it.
So LG at the MWC promoted their Android Wear and WebOS LTE watches. Wear, I thought that was what Sony would call their headset. It's got the
Wear.
Sony Play. This isn't like the Wear because you wear it.
You wear it.
You wear it. Good job, Sony.
Too late.
So, but LG, so they announced their new top-of-the-line watch with full metal body and leather strap, OLED display with a thin-down bezel from LG's previous smartwatches. One version will be available with LTE and its own phone number and running WebOS operating system. The other watch is an Android Wear watch.
And to compete with that is the Huawei Android Wear watch. Another high-end watch was announced by Chinese phone manufacturer Huawei, also running Android Wear OS. The circular display with a sapphire crystal screen and a full metal body also is a very beautiful watch.
Pebble Time Steel. This is our
Pebble Time. All right.
This is our final smartwatch story of the week. Pebble announced a week ago that the new color e-ink display smartwatch, the Pebble Time, is going to exist. Congratulations, we're also happy. This week at the Mobile World Congress, they announced a more premium version called the Pebble Time Steel. Similar in design to the other watch, but with an all-metal body in silver, black, and gold, because that's totally slick. It has a greater battery life than the other Pebble Time, with up to 10 days. Congratulations, you only have to charge it once every 10 days. This is $50 more than the previous Pebble Time offered version, but if you previously backed that on Kickstarter, you can add $50 more to upgrade your order.
So that's pretty impressive, the 10 days. We keep on increasing the capability of, the how long a battery will last, how much storage capacity. Speaking of which, SanDisk came out with a new SD card that has 200 gigabytes storage capacity.
200 gigabytes. Do you guys remember when you bought those little 2 gigabyte cards and they were like
I remember
$50?
I remember like
2 megabytes.
Yeah,
I
remember when we didn't have enough room on our desktop to play X-Wing, so
you didn't have 200 gigabytes on your desktop computer.
So we had to have boot up floppy disks to store some of the information so we could boot it up. Thanks, Dad, by the way.
Yeah.
But this does come at a pretty high price, $2 per gigabyte. So that's $400 for quick and simple math.
Which really isn't that a lot. $2
No,
per gigabyte.
Per gigabyte, that's
well,
not a terrible price.
because in bulk rates, it's a lot cheaper to ship those gigabytes.
This is the Costco version, right?
Yes.
So
it comes in a Costco-sized box.
And the final thing announced this week is the Ford's electric bikes. Ford will offer 2 bikes that are powered by a combination of pedal power, that's your feet and energy, and also electric batteries. So when you get tired, you can use that. You can also plug in your phone to the frame of the bike to use with navigation and Ford's own app. No prices or release date is available yet.
Soon. It has to happen soon.
I would love to ride an electric bike or scooter to work. It'd be pretty amazing.
Awesome. Okay, in our final bit of news, it's just fun news. There is a TIE Interceptor drone, like an actual TIE Interceptor drone that flies through the air. So awesome. The builder, Oliver C., has created a drone that looks like the Star Wars TIE Interceptor. The motors are encased within side panels with LED lights, because you have to have lights. He previously made a Millennium Falcon drone, and you can find this and other awesome projects on his YouTube channel, Oliver_C.
I've seen the Millennium Falcon too, and that was pretty sweet.
Pretty awesome stuff. Well, this is the last show, and that is all the headlines that we have today. Thanks for watching, liking, and commenting on this video. If you wanted to find out more about the stories we talked about today, go ahead and go to our blog at weeklygeeknewsshow.tumblr.com. If you got some value out of the show, please share it with others so they can watch it too, and please look forward to the future for more shows. Don't know exactly when that's going to be, but hopefully soon or then later. Just gotta clean up my life a little bit and the busyness and get rid of some of that. Maybe can't get rid of my kids, can't get rid of my job. So If I could make this my daily job, that would be a wonderful thing. But financially, that's just not going to work out. I mean, who's going to pay me that much money to do this every single day? Anybody out there?
I
Seriously.
would.
Sure, yes.
Someone's got to pay me that much so I can pay you.
I know some people got some value out of the show because they told me that it helped them learn all about the news of the week without, they didn't have the time to go searching for this. And now, guess what? Now I don't have the time to make this show. So, but thank you very much for watching and listening. And I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye.
Enjoy.